What's up, guys? Welcome to my channel. In today's video we got Arrma Vendetta here, which was all torn apart. But in today's video we're going to replace the axle. We got an axle here, a broken axle, so we're going to zoom in so you guys can see it pretty good. So a couple of tools we're going to need is this is a 2mm Allen here. I got another Allen because we do have a conversion here. This is a conversion kit on it from 12mm to a 17mm hex. So we could put GRPs just like this one right here. We have a GRP on this. So if you want to do that, do have videos on that. But in today's video, I'm going to show you guys how to replace the axle. So here's the axle. I will show you the part number up close and personal once the camera comes close. Anyways, we got great lighting today. We're going to replace this axle. A lot of people will find it hard, but I don't find it that hard. We're going to need a few more tools. We got the tools sitting over here. So we're going to gather everything and start doing this job immediately. Anyways, if you got a big rock, or if you got an infraction mega, they're all similar. 3S platforms, they're all about the same. You will get a detailed video on how to replace this axle, and it should be very simple to do. And if you guys have any questions, do send me a message down in the link below, down below in the message. Anyways, let's take a look up close and personal with this baby, replacing an axle shaft on this Arrma Vendetta. So now that we're a little bit zoomed in, here's the axles. So if you want to get these for the Vendetta, they're different, probably front and back. I'm not sure about that, but these are for the front. So in the package, we got two axles, right and left. So what we're gonna do is pretty much your axle will be in there. So this is taken apart. So we will just reverse the procedure. We are missing shocks. I will be doing a video on the shocks. I do have my shocks. I got a whole bunch of stuff on this side. So we do have the front shocks on this baby. Missing springs. We'll get to that. But anyways, what we're gonna do is, to start off, we're gonna remove the little Allen right here. What that's gonna do is, do not lose your screws. And what that's gonna do is, once you take this baby off, your front spindle will just drop out just like that. You should be able to work just like that. If you can't, you want to also remove this little screw right here on the tie rod. That should give you much more clearance once this is off. Even after that, if you can't get to it, you want to remove this little guy in the bottom. So we're going to do that. So I am going to show you all the tricks, whatever we need to remove to get this baby off. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna remove this little guy right here. Okay, and even after that, this baby doesn't want to come out, so we're gonna put this back together. I just noticed there's a bolt in the bottom, and we will put this back together. So there's a bolt in the bottom here, which is a bigger size. So we're gonna switch up our tool here. We do not have the bigger, we do have the bigger size here. So in the bottom, we got a one little screw, and after that, our spindle should just pop right off. So a couple of screws, this baby will pop open, and this is okay. So we might have something right through the center here, a shaft. Okay, so we got a shaft right through the center here. So I don't have any tools to pull that out, push that out with. Anyways, what we're gonna do is we're gonna just try to work our magic from right here. So far our video has been just disaster. So we're gonna take off the top bolt here as well. So what I would recommend you do is take off the top and bottom bolt and the tie rod, and you should be able to just pull this off just like that. You see that? How that comes off? That baby comes right off. And we did drop this piece. This piece goes right in here. Anyways, what we're gonna do next is I'm gonna show you a few things. Okay, so we're gonna remove this 17mm here. So we do have a conversion here, so you might not have this. You might have the small little hex that goes in the front. That one is easy. All you need is once we take this off, this guy should come loose, and the conversion, the kit that you're gonna have is you're gonna have this little guy. So this little guy, you simply just pop it open and it comes off, and that's where your wheel goes on to. Anyways, we need to remove this little guy right here, and what we're gonna do here is we're gonna use the tool that I originally showed you in the beginning, the 2mm. You're gonna go right through here. You're gonna go right through the center. There's a bolt right behind it. Okay, you're gonna turn that bolt. What that bolt is gonna do is it's gonna release. It's gonna release this little guy. Okay, so it's gonna release this little shaft here. And now we're gonna get our new axle. Okay, so once we get our new axle, so you would be a little confused here. You see how this axle, what this axle look like? So this is the outer part of it. So we're gonna just go out of it. Let's remove this little guy. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna take this little guy. So it has its own bolt in there, so it comes with a new bolt. So we're gonna put this little guy in there. And we're gonna take the same tool and we're gonna tighten that up really well. It's gonna pretty much compress it into itself, and that's it. Lock it up. We're gonna take this bearing here, so we do need to take this bearing off this little guy. And so we have this bearing off. Sometimes you gotta work magic here. Let's pull this guy off. You don't want to damage it either, so you want to take it easy and wiggle it a bit if you need to. Also feel the bearing. If the bearing feels damaged, you no longer want to use it. Let's see, I did have my needle nose here. Sometimes a tool will help you better than hand. So anyways, make sure your bearing is good. It's nice and free. So you take your new bearing or old one, same one you're using. You're going to take this bearing and you're going to get it on to this new axle, so it compresses right in. So make sure you go, you're going to have to pretty much line it to go perfectly straight. Okay, these axles we have done run, me and my friend have done runs up to 130 miles per hour, so they do hold. But he had an accident, the car crashed, and that's why we're changing this guy. Other than that, it didn't need to be changed. So without damaging the axle or the yoke in the middle here, try not to put any force on it and get this bearing in. You have a tool for this. So anyway, I'm gonna come right back and we're gonna put this baby in. So we got the bearing in. Next, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this spindle here, the hub carrier. There's a bearing up in the front, so that thing just sits right here. Anyways, so once you get this little guy, I'm gonna put this back together. This little pin goes here, and if you're using this little guy, this clips right in. But since we're using the 17 millimeters, we are gonna be putting this baby in, so it should have not too much gap in between. So this little guy goes at the end, and we're gonna lock this baby up. Bing, bada boom. Should have a working axle, pretty free. Should be no damages or anything like that. But anyways, I'm gonna put this nut on for now. So we got that baby in. What about this part? Okay, this part also needs to be installed. So pretty much what we're gonna do here is, let's remove some of this stuff. You're gonna go straight in here, right through the center. Let me zoom in. Let's zoom in right into the spindle. Okay. So right through the center here, you're gonna get just like that. If you can see it right there, it goes right through. So it's gonna try to move, so we're gonna have to hold the other side. So it is gonna try to turn. So that's not working well for us. So we'll just hold. We'll hold the axle. Okay. That thing is pretty much locked in. It's pretty strong and locked in. Okay, I'm gonna have to work a better magic than that. There you go. It is going to be stiff, really stiff for you to remove this little guy, but you will get it off. And we should be able to. Okay, I might have to do a few more turns. So after I do a few more turns, I should be able to take this guy off, just like that. Check this out. There it is, the broken piece. So what we're gonna do here is, this one has its own bolt. So what I like to do here is, put your tool in now, so you don't have to look for that spot, sweet spot. So we are gonna have to line everything, so make sure your axle is aligned with the grooves. And once you find the spot, and once you start tightening it, it's gonna compress itself, but you might have to again hold this axle from moving around. Come on, little guy. So we have not yet successfully grabbed any threads. So there's our axles. So I want everybody to see exactly what we're doing here. So it might not be lined yet. Eventually, it will align. So I think it caught it, just that the bolt is pretty long, I think. It's either that or it's not aligned, so it's not aligned yet. So I'm gonna come back out. Let's retry to find. There you go. So you're gonna have to wiggle it on a bit, and this is what I didn't want her to do. So I guess now we're gonna have to. There you go. We have successfully caught this baby, and we're replacing this broken axle here. And you want to make sure it's nice and tight. You do not want to leave this baby loose, because you're doing high-speed runs like we do. You don't want this baby coming loose. There you go. And what we're gonna do now is, I think I put this little guy backwards, so I'm gonna have to take this little guy. So this guy is gonna go from the bottom up. Yep. So this little guy goes from bottom up, just like the bottom one facing up, down. It is kind of tricky, but the trick is nothing crazy. So what we're gonna do now is, we're gonna take this little guys, and we're gonna align everything. So first we need to have the axle in, so make sure you have the axle in, and this guy's gonna try to fall out, so everything is all over. So let's get our axle in first. After that, let's try to get the bottom and the top in together. So let's push this up. Okay, I'm not having luck with this little guy in there. What am I gonna do here? I'll use this little guy to push it up. Okay, that's not working. Okay, so the problem here is this little guy in the center here needs to be pushed up while trying to get this hub carrier to go where it's supposed to go. There you go, perfect. And we're gonna put our bolt from the top. It is easy, and at the same time, I'm gonna tell you guys, it's not so easy. It is a little tricky, but you can get the job done. And we're gonna put the bolt here. Okay, that's a different size, so we'll come back to that. Do not forget this little guy right in front of this pin that I took off. So if you took that off, make sure you get that baby back on. So this little guy is gonna have to come on. from right over here. A few things we took apart. Nothing big deal. So pretty much just this one screw you don't have to take off, but everything else you should that I took off. And that's about it. And what we're gonna do is, we do need to put one bolt from the bottom here into the spindle. And we do need to lock that baby up. So it's a good system they have here. It's not nothing crazy, plastic platform, but this is gonna be a 3S limitless here. So there we have it, guys. Thank you for watching my video, and hopefully this helps you out repair your Arrma Vendetta axle. And once this baby is completed, we are gonna go for a high-speed one. And there it goes, all done and finished. Thank you for watching my video. See you guys on the next one. Anyways, there's our axle, and it's turning. Bada bing, bada boom. Alright guys, thank you very much for watching my video. So there we have it, the axle. Here's the pieces of this axle. So it's all broken, and here's the new one. So pretty much 20-minute job. It is a little tricky, and just to sum it up, we removed the bolt here, top and bottom, the control arm bolt and a tie rod bolt, and then 2 bolts in the control arm itself, and everything came loose. So remember, this is the outer part and this is the inner part, and that's how you're going to replace this axle. And if you guys have any questions, don't hesitate to send me a message.